Hi. Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Capricorn, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings, so not everything is going to resonate with everyone, and that is fine, and you should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week this week is the Chariot card. Yes, it's victory and success, but the real feeling that I get from this, that I was hearing when I was shuffling the cards, this week Capricorn, you're having a breakthrough. This is going to be a moment where, like, you know, when you start a new job and you're going through the motions and you're like, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. And then you have that moment where it all comes together and you're like, okay, yes, I get what I'm doing. I get why I'm here. When you're studying something new and you feel like you're just taking in information and you're at the point where you're like, okay, my brain is just full of stuff at the moment. And then it all comes together in that sort of shining moment and you're like, okay, I understand what I'm doing. Like, I know where this is going or what it's going to shape up to be. This is a powerful week for you guys because I feel like there is a breakthrough. There's a breakthrough energy. There's a big realization on a personal level that is going to see you really excel in some way, shape or form, which I absolutely love. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. So let's get into it. For your foundation card, you have the World card. Now this is a card that you guys are very well acquainted with. Why? Because it represents your ruler Saturn. I love that, and I think in a lot of ways this is going to be a week where your community or your people that you are tied to, whether this is at work, whether it's in your studies, whether it's with your family, there's a sense of pulling together. There's a sense of support. There's a sense of knowing, okay, yes, you know what, everything's coming together and things are starting to make sense to me, but also I'm supported. Like, I know that my network or my people have me, and more importantly, you've got them. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've got each other, basically. For your actions and options this week, you have the Nine of Cups. This is beautiful, right? So yes, it's wish fulfillment, but it's also emotional contentment. And this week, like I said, not only are you having a breakthrough, but there's a deeper understanding that you've come through the worst of something. I think this is going to be one of those moments where you can maybe look at the last 6 months of the year and go, you know what, even if it felt slow, even if it felt stunted, the progression is there. Even, you know, if you've had health challenges, this is you coming out of it on the other side to say, wow, you know what, it was a little bit scary there, but actually look at me. I'm a picture of glowing health. I'm a beacon of health in the world and for myself and for my own life. You add to that then the Chariot card. This is something that you've worked on or for or towards for quite some time. For some of you, this will literally be the acquisition of a new car. For some of you, this will be a big purchase that you've waited to make. For some of you, like I said, it's a personal breakthrough. I think this is going to be a lovely week. For your communications and conversations, you have the King of Swords. So the profession, the work is very much at the forefront of your mind, as is the paperwork, the legal documentation in some way, shape or form. The King of Swords always is about crossing the T's, dotting the I's. It's about taking the emotion out of a situation and dealing with the facts. When it doesn't represent a person, the King of Swords is the career, the profession, the academics, and it's also the legalities and the paperwork. In a lot of ways, I feel like this is you guys being ready to do something for real. This is you saying, you know what, I'm now aligned or in the right place to do this on a serious level. No more playing around with it. Like, now I'm about it. When it represents a person, this would be an air sign male, Aquarius, Gemini or Libra. Now, for those of you that work for somebody else, again, there's that breakthrough energy. With the King of Swords, you might find that yours is going to be the popular opinion, or you offer information that nobody else has considered. And you might find, like, you know, maybe you say something and you're met with a bunch of wide-eyed stares and you think, oh crap, here we go, what have I done now? And, you know, everybody's just like, okay, that was an amazing suggestion and none of us had thought about it. I think this could be great. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is, again, maybe a suggestion of something to or for a client that they've never had anywhere else. This could be you presenting something that's either very novel or very new, or you're handling business like a Capricorn has them like, damn, where have you been all of this time? Like, why haven't I been able to find you up until now? Which is great, because it means that their energy is just coming up that caliber to meet your own. You weren't ready for me before now, honey. Sorry, I'm being completely ridiculous, but at the same time, very truthful. I'll give you an example. Sometimes when somebody's energy elevates and they get to a certain place and then they come to you, that's when you know their energy is the right frequency, because it's connected. And, you know, people say to you, like, you know, I haven't been able to get hold of you, I haven't been able to afford you, like, it's like their energy is finally in the right place. So there's a good match here. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this week you could be attending to some sort of paperwork and or some sort of legal matter, and if that is the case this week, you're getting some very good news about that. Something is coming full circle or completing or ending in your favor, which is great. For your money and materials, you've got the Moon card. Well, look, I'm going to be really honest, it's not a great card, but it's underneath the Nine of Cups, and with the other cups present, I don't see this being a problem or an issue for too long. I think this is considerations about the long-term finances. I think the other thing with the Moon card as well, it's going to see you looking at your spending habits this week. I think you're going to get really, really real with yourself and honest about what is a need, what is a desire, and where the two can meet in the middle. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your lymph system and your feet and your ankles. This week, look out for all of those aspects of self. Just be sure to, you know, to look after them. For a very select few of you, you may end up needing surgery on the feet or the toes, or even the ankles. I touch wood on that, and I hope that I'm wrong, but it looks like only a few of you. So just something else there. And then for your home and environment, the Moon card coupled with the Nine of Cups, that is finally sleeping at last. You know, that moment where it's like you have like a proper full night's rest where you sleep easy, and it's like, oh. You might, like, this might literally be one of those moments. For your love and relations, you've got the Four of Pentacles. Money, materials and finances between couples this week, I think, are going to be one of the issues that you face. I think this is because you have a very specific idea of where you want things to go, and your partner might be, for once, shock horror. Maybe your partner is pointing out where what you're suggesting doesn't necessarily make sense. It's rare that that's the case, but this time I have to say I do feel like it might be you that's not being irrational, but maybe you're not seeing some part of the picture. Just consider that. And then it looks like you're talking about or working through your finances and specifically your savings. When it comes to those of you that are single, if you're meeting someone this week, it's going to be through your work. It's going to be somebody that's connected to your work. It may, for a select few of you, be the person, you know, the person, maybe this person works in the legal office that you're having to interact with. Maybe they are the person that works, you know, behind the desk at the estate agents of where you're buying your home. Like, that's what I mean. If you're meeting someone, you'll be meeting them through an official capacity in some regard, which is quite exciting. For your full moon message for this powerful full moon that's taking place in the sign of Aquarius, you have the gate 7 and discipline. Well, look, if there's anyone that knows discipline, it's definitely you guys, I have to say. The fact that you've got the gate 7 and you've got the B, this is all about being a team player. So this week, usually Capricorns are very good at working in teams actually, or you know, pulling the team forward. This week you need to consider what's being asked of you rather than what you would prefer or choose to do. All right, this week, like I said, whatever it takes, find a way to be a team player. All right, and when the moment comes and something, you know, you have that personal breakthrough, I think this full moon could really highlight it for you. There's a spotlight on what you do well, and just let that come. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.